Good day, everyone, and welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live music channel. Thank you for joining us today. It's a very exciting moment. We are opening the series of auditions for ColORCHESTRA. And as always, our channel is dedicated to bringing live performances from orchestras, festivals, competitions, you name it, from artists on international stages to our audiences around the globe. Welcome again. I'm Anna Uspinskaya, and I'll be joining this session for you to host this program. It's a very exciting opening session for ColORCHESTRA auditions. The musicians who will be performing today live from their own locations are aiming to be invited as featured soloists with orchestras worldwide. And as always, we are taking musicians from the new experience of the virtual stage to the physical stages around the globe, very prestigious stages with orchestras in different countries and at the Carnegie Hall. And today, auditionees from many countries are also seeking guidance and support from the judges who are today joining us and who will be providing their comments immediately after each performance. That live interaction between candidates for these opportunities and the judges is something which I, as a growing musician, pianist, many years ago, was really striving for, and it was not available. So as a musicians running and managing these events, we decided that this is a gift to the candidates which we want to provide, and the judges agreed with it. So you will be able to hear the immediate feedback, and the contestants will be able to interact with the judges, ask questions, and clarify things. The ColORCHESTRA auditions, as well as the Carnegie Gala auditions, are organized by many companies around the world, and the main organizers of these auditions are Artist Ventures, Sound Espressivo, Progressive Musicians, and my company, Virtual Concert Halls, in collaboration with Price Attractions Artist Management, Vocal Arts Management, and Cicciaroni Music and Arts, a publisher of music albums in Europe. And you see a lot of pictures on the screen. These are logos of many other organizations which contribute their expertise and their resources to organizing these events. When we started organizing it, I didn't even realize how complicated this thing is to run, and how many people and how much resources it takes to be able to organize all the moving parts and to be able to present those auditions and to have musicians step in and perform in front of the conductors and other prominent musicians around the world, and have their music heard, have their name noticed, and have a potential of growing their careers. And this is how we started a few years ago.
No matter where you are or who you are, music connects us all. We started with a dream, but now we are paving the future. Welcome to the Sound Espressivo Global Competition. Fully virtual, yet bringing musicians closer together than ever before, now on a global scale. True live, inclusivity, diversity, connection, community, an extraordinary array of judges. Get noticed by companies all over the world. Prizes, scholarships, performance opportunities. Apply to be a part of the most exciting congregation of artists like nothing you've ever seen before. We guarantee quality and leave no musician behind. We can't wait to hear you on the virtual stage.
And now we're also working on expanding our reach, on expanding our audience, and I want to encourage and invite everyone who is watching, whichever platform you're on, watching these auditions, to please like us, subscribe to our channels, and support musicians who are courageous enough to step on the new age virtual stage, with the goal of course, stepping on some of the most prestigious and beautiful stages around the world. The goal of these auditions is always to encourage, to nurture, and to reward musicians who are taking active position in developing their art and developing their careers. And together with our collaborators, who I mentioned earlier, we are putting all of the effort possible to make this transition from your practice room to the big stage, to the collaboration with wonderful orchestras around the world possible, and to help you present yourself as an artist on your own terms. Therefore, there's no restrictions in these auditions at how many of those auditions people can take. You qualify for the entire season just once by sending your video being reviewed, and from that point on, if you're invited to those auditions, you can sign up for any of the auditions which we hold throughout the season, and have expand your chances. If one of them didn't go too well, sign up again, and our judges will be watching your presentation from the beginning to the end. We put no time restrictions on how long you will be occupying the stage. Your piece will be heard from the very first note to the very last note. No one is going to stop you, so your story will be complete. You will be able to present it the way you meant to present it. And there are no age restrictions as well, because as we all discovered, many musicians develop, all musicians develop at their own pace. I'm going to bring just one example of Sviatoslav Viktor, who wasn't even pursuing a professional career as a pianist until his mid-20s. So it was almost too late for him to be accepted to the Moscow Conservatory. And then out of the box thinking allowed him to enter this school and to build his career, and he's one of the greatest pianists ever lived. And those stories are very widespread. Therefore, there are no restrictions to the age. You can be 5 years old or 50, or we had some musicians who participated in those auditions in their 80s and even 90s. So, and now I want to just let you know that we are also working on bringing the performances of the winners of these auditions to the virtual stage, to the audiences around the world. Our crew is traveling around the world. We just were in Ecuador recording performance of one of the ColORCHESTRA winners, Jennifer Svaj. She was performing Rachmaninoff Concerto No. 2. If you go through our channel, you will see this fabulous, glorious performance. And our crew was also in Zlin, Czechia, streaming the concert with the Bohuslav Martinov Philharmonic Orchestra, and also recording for the album. And just a couple of weeks ago, we were in New York, presenting winners of those auditions at the Carnegie Hall with two orchestras, New York Chamber Players Orchestra, conducted by Maestro Giacomo Franchi, and the Orchestra Manhattan, conducted by Maestro David Rowe. And today we'll have Maestro Giacomo Franchi joining us for the judging, and in another session we'll have Maestro David Rowe also joining us. So we were also in Cairo, just everywhere in the world, presenting a concert and a recording for the albums. And yes, we are publishing the albums thanks to the collaboration with the Cicerone Music and Arts, a wonderful boutique publisher or company in Netherlands and Italy, and they are great collaborators and helpers. They are also a company run by musicians, so they understand what musicians want and need. And we've published several albums already. We'll have some of that information also presented to you visually later. And more albums are coming at the end of this month. 2 albums are coming out, one with the Cairo Opera Orchestra and another one with the Bohuslav Martinov Philharmonic. So, and we are doing so many things. I just want to briefly mention what the ColORCHESTRA concert season 24-25 is like. as you can see, many concerts are coming up, and many concerts already happened in this beautiful season with the orchestra in Florence, great city in Italy, and as I mentioned, with the Ecuador Orchestra in Guayaquil, and more concerts are coming with the Boulder Symphony and with the Paducah Symphony. So these concerts are going on. You're not going to miss them because we are going to broadcast them on the networks of our internet TV. We also would present musicians in the interviews and documentaries about our artists. Don't miss our season of music and musicians around the globe. That's where you can meet our judges, our past winners, orchestra directors, music managers in a close up, and find out what they do, how they do that, and how they make the work presented successful, interesting, and how you can use these experiences to enhance your own relationship with your audience and, of course, your own career. And again, if you missed applying for the auditions this time, no worries. The applications will go again open at the beginning of the 2025. And these auditions, of course, are designed for selecting soloists and new compositions for the future seasons. A lot of these concerts have to be planned far in advance, so don't worry about auditioning. It's not a one time and done. It's a long process to develop your career, to perform on those stages. And now I would like to introduce the judges for this very first session. We have several judges with us. Let me see if we have everyone ready. Yes, and I would like to welcome on stage Georg Sargsyan, conductor, who is the guest conductor with many orchestras around the world, winner of many prestigious awards as a conductor. He is also the artistic director of the whole system of conservatories and music schools in Saudi Arabia, and our great collaborator. He's the director of the Artist Ventures and one of the co-founders and co-organizers of ColORCHESTRA. Georg, it's a great honor and pleasure to have you with us. Thank you very much. We need your sound.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much, and great to see everyone here for another round of exciting, hopefully, evening of music meeting. Yes, those slides are for the people who will be performing in advance. So, forward. Thank you very much.
It's for you. Thank you for all the great, wonderful work and encouragement of musicians, young and old, and of this organization. You're putting so much effort into making all of this happen and possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's an honor to collaborate with you. And I would like to also invite on our virtual stage Maestro Giacomo Franchi, who is the music director of the New York Chamber Players Orchestra and our great collaborator for many years, a wonderful conductor, composer, pianist, who recorded many works, complete works by Stravinsky, just to mention one, and a wonderful music director of the orchestra performing at the Carnegie Hall for the fourth season this time. Giacomo, welcome on stage. It's a great pleasure to be working with you today.
I wanted a longer applause, but it's okay. No, it's always a pleasure and an honor to be here. Yes.
Thank you. And next, I would like to invite on our virtual stage Nevart Andresyan, a wonderful conductor from Armenia, winner of many conducting awards, and director of choral groups and orchestras, and a wonderful collaborator, a great judge, and a very strict one. So, Nevart, it's a great pleasure to have you with us again. Thank you for joining today.
Thank you for inviting me, Anna. I enjoy very much, and I wish good luck to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And last but not least, I would like to invite to join me here on stage Jack Price, Dikran Atamian, director of the Price Attractions, artist management agency, and our tremendous pianist, artist advocate, winner of the Nürnberg 50th anniversary competition, and one of the most glorious musicians ever lived. Dikran, thank you for joining us
Jeez.
today.
In all his glory, right? What is
Right
this?
there, by the piano,
This
me
is
too.
this is the Armenian mafia today, right? It's 3-4, so they can't win, right? Right? So, give or
I'll weigh in to
or-
offset their Armenian musicians here.
this is a mafia. I mean, come on, I've heard of the Armenian mafia in LA, but this is ridiculous, Anyway, no, it's good to be here. It's been quite a ride,
And thank you so much for collaborating, for bringing your
Yeah.
expertise, artistic and managerial, extremely helpful. And I want to mention to everyone also, if you haven't seen Jack Price is Right, we have a season of shows where Mr. Atamian is sharing his insight into how to make a career and how to be the artist sought after by orchestras and organizations and musicians around the world. And listen to his advice. He made it, and you can too. And he will share quite honestly and transparently what it takes.
I don't know about making it, but I certainly have had a few experiences, So it's fun to talk about life. What do you call it? Experiences and theories and things through a musical lens. Some people never get that. They're used to talking to insurance salesmen and car dealers.
That
But
helps too.
this is quite different, right? Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you all very much. And we have our opening act of this first session of this ColORCHESTRA auditions. We will be inviting on stage Daniel Kuzuhara, a wonderful pianist, performing today for our judges and for the orchestra representatives the Chopin Concerto No. 1 in E minor, and we will hear the first movement. Daniel, the stage is all yours. Welcome to ColORCHESTRA auditions. We are very proud to be presenting you. Bravo. Wonderful. What a great feast to open the auditions. And I want to extend special thanks to Helga Swatak, your wonderful accompanist. Daniel, you got a great collaborator there. Bravo. Thank you.
It's fantastic.
Yes. Now to the judges. Well, let's start with Georg.
Okay, let's start with me. Hi, Daniel. Thank you for your performance. Thank you very much. Although the connection was sometimes not ideal, but it was okay. We can hear it. And well, I'm not a pianist on my own, so I will not comment on anything pianistic. We have amazing pianists on board today that I'll leave them to dive into details. As a conductor, I just want to compliment your body language. It seems like you're living the moment. You are almost there, like with the orchestra. And of course, your collaborative pianist is providing that experience too. So bravo as well. Okay, yeah. So, and what I really like is that you seem to leave the concerto you're playing. You know not just the music, but the story behind it. You're creating your own story. And another thing that I particularly like is that it wasn't a copy paste of any other interpretation I ever heard. I mean, I have heard this many times. I played it as a member of orchestra. I conducted it with different orchestras, but there's this thing that sometimes it's not distinct. It's just it's Chopin. No, it was Chopin by Daniel, and that that I will compliment you a lot. So I will leave the floor to our pianist experts to grill you about the pianistic things.
I'm ready.
Well, let's get one of the pianists to grill the pianistic things. Dikran, please.
Oh, that's a fantastic performance. I mean,
where's the grilling?
There's no grilling. I won't have any grilling. What is your name?
Daniel Kuzuhara.
Daniel. Yeah, it's incredible performance. I haven't heard of you before, and I've never heard you or seen you, but it was. I'll just say this: if you make a mistake, it's better than most people's right notes. That's the biggest that's the biggest compliment I can give you. I mean, I thought it was fantastic. It's just like very moving performance. I agree with Georg. It was completely original. I've never heard it played that way yet. It's not one of these Glenn Gould things where you're bizarre beyond belief just to be, unique. I couldn't stand that guy. I don't mind saying so. You were totally fresh and unique without being a total screw up. You know what I'm saying? It was just fantastic playing. Sorry about the language, but it's the only way I know how to communicate. You are so crude, Richie. Anyway, so the point is, ha 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 ha. Anyway, the point is, you are the absolute quintessential example of an artist. You make the right sound at the right time, and that's all that's required. That's it. It's just absolutely fantastic playing. For me to go through, there are a couple of things I would say. We actually, with such a great performance, you can go into so much detail that it's bizarre. I was thinking your musical mind was activating the synapses in my brain to such an extent that I didn't even know what I was listening to at some times. It was just absolutely almost improvisatory, almost like you were writing the piece as you played it. It no longer was Chopin E minor. What is it? Opus 11? I don't even know. It was like 11. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, I remembered. That's 18 years of not playing the piano. That's not bad. No, anyway, so it's very hard to describe my feeling in it. You did everything right. You moved all the bridge material. You brought out, it's like my friend Bill Perrotta used to say, he played the tunes, And so I thought that was a rather stupid statement at the time. He was talking about Prokofiev and how most people just play notes and, you never can hear the tunes. But what he meant was, of course, is that you said something, like in the second theme is just absolutely glorious. And the filigree was, totally subservient to the principal notes. You never made a big deal out of any of the quick stuff, but the quick stuff was melodic in unto itself. It was, it's hard. I mean, a lot of people will play 4/16 notes like ya da 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 da, like trying to make a big deal out of these bridge material notes. And what you do is you get on with it. It's like a friend of mine used to say, get on with it. What's the big deal? And the big deal is that you have to move the quick notes quicker and the slow notes slower. And that's exactly what you do. You know where to hold a note. And that's because you hear the harmony clearly. You hear each harmony progressing, the impetus. You hear the harmonic tension. You hear the harmonic development. You know when to leave a harmony. You know when to enter a harmony. I mean, this would be an acid test example. What do you call these things? Like an example of great playing, as a matter of fact, it's one of the most intelligent performances of the piece, and therefore the most exciting. I can't think of a better one. Gil Els comes to mind with Ormandy, of course. It's a very famous recording because of his pearly sound, but yours was even more provocative, I thought. I find the Gil Els to be next to yours rather straight, but beautiful. But yours is another world. Like Gevorg said, he said exactly right. Your stamp is on it. This is yours. It's your piece. I've rarely had an experience like that. And I have total recall, by the way, just so you know.
Thank you, Richie, very much. Let's pass on for commenting to Navart, another conductor's perspective.
Well, I'm sorry. The connection was very, very bad. I couldn't hear change dynamics. I couldn't hear what about spoke Jack. I can really not say anything because it was, I don't know why the connection was so bad. And I was waiting for the connection.
Well, all I can say, Navarre, is you missed a real treat. Yeah. I mean, if the connection was that bad, you didn't hear anything?
Well, I hear, but I wanted to hear differences between dynamics, beautiful phrases as Chopin. Yeah, Chopin. It doesn't mean that it must be traditionally as everybody, but I couldn't hear that. So what can I say?
He didn't have a broomstick. That's true.
Well, Daniel will be also auditioning for another orchestra in another session. And I think, Navart, you are also one of the judges in that session. So hopefully there will be a better connection next time.
I hope so, yeah.
Okay. It's very hard to control those technology connections day to day. But hopefully we'll be able to hear better. Let's hear from Maestro Giacomo.
Yeah, I agree with everybody that the connection was a bit disturbing. Sometimes was breaking the flow of the music. But anyway, for what I've heard, congratulations, is a solid performance, full of passion, full of fire. I agree with everybody. The only thing maybe, but I don't know, it's the connection is still in the middle of my judgment. So when you will, I'm sure you will solo with an orchestra soon with this piece. I think that a good advice is to get together because you have your own ideas and they are great. So with the conductor and look at maybe some passages could be I don't know again if the connection was, but it seemed that sometimes they say that Chopin was an horrible writer for orchestra. I don't agree with that. I think that there are some parts in the orchestra that can come up more sometimes if the piano lighten up a little bit. This is not compromising your expression, but is making it even more organic and a outstanding performance as you already play. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good advice to get together. You have a unique approach to this concerto. Just give a heads up to the next conductor you work on it with to get together and to get those ideas across ahead of time. Surprising the conductor may not be such a bad idea, but usually in the rehearsal it just results in extra time with the orchestra.
Well, can I make one comment?
Yes, please.
I think any conductor worth his salt that has any ears, arms, and legs can follow. This guy, it's like you can take dictation from him. It's so clean. It's so articulate. I know the connection was bad. I don't care. You can follow every note. I mean, this is not difficult. I mean, the trouble with conducting is they want it, it's vertical, right, Georg? I mean, come on. It's not vertical. Listen to the person playing and you will follow them perfectly. There's no problem.
Never the vertical. It's never the vertical. I will challenge that. It's never vertical. There's no
That's
box
right.
in the box. There's no even
Well,
box.
good.
On the box.
Good. Then that's good. That makes me happy. That's good.
Yeah, it's clarity and conviction of the
I would
soloist.
I would like to add something.
Yes, please.
So the thing is that sometimes the piano it's not the main character, but it's part of the orchestra. That I was talking about dynamics. I was not talking about rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on. I think this show, yeah, hold on. He's the soloist and a great one. So you will follow him, you see.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've talked to every conductor in the world from Leinsdorf to Mazel and all these guys. And, the fact is you either follow or you don't follow. You can bring something to the table as a conductor, but you will not violate the soloist's, shall we say, right to interpret. Okay? So all you've got to do is have a hamburger, go to the hall and listen to the guy play. And as he plays, you bring your EQs and all your nonsense together. Okay? There's no need for this. Well, I need to hear him play it 5 times. I mean, what, yeah, Giacomo, it's really funny, right? But the fact is, yes, I'm a very angry guy, and I'll tell you why. Conductors never give the concerto enough time. I know a guy that gives 3 hours to every concerto rehearsal, no matter what it costs. I'm not going to name him. He's one of the great conductors of the world that has ever been. He's still alive, by the way. But anyway, he won the Von Karajan Prize, just so you know. He's not some schlep from, Soho. But the point is, this guy respects soloists. Whether or not he agrees with them or not, he respects them. And that's what's necessary here. We were talking about a conductor recently, I won't say where, Anna and I and a few others, that doesn't respect the soloist. That is a no-no.
Of course.
You will respect the soloist. You will confide in his and verify his interpretation, whether you like it or not. Mr. Bernstein disclaiming Gould, although I totally agreed with him about Brahms 1, I have nothing to do with this interpretation. That's a no-no. Bernstein should have shut his mouth and got on the podium and show us what a fabulous conductor he is and what an incredible intellectual and brilliant man he is, which he is. But instead, he showboated. He goes up to the audience and tells them that Gould is out of his mind. He has no right to do that, and he should have been tarred and feathered for it.
Thank you. All right,
You're
Daniel,
welcome.
you got quite a scope of takes on that, which I hope will help you in building good relationships with conductors in the future.
Yeah, don't take my advice.
Noted.
That's for sure.
Thank you very much.
Noted.
Thank you, Daniel,
Right.
for wonderful performance, and we really hope the connection in your next audition will be a little bit better. And now we are ready to.
Absolutely. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you. We're ready to move to our next candidate in this session. I'm going to try my best to pronounce your name correctly. Please forgive me if it's not. Guisi Ines Tutolomondo will be performing a Schumann Piano Concerto Opus 54, all three movements, Allegro Affettuoso, second movement Intermezzo Andantino Grazioso, and third movement Allegro Vivace. The stage is all yours. Can't wait to hear this gorgeous concerto.
Brava, brava.
Bravo, thank you, Mr. Tulamonda. This is an Italian pianist, and we have some of the judges fluent in Italian. Let's have Maestro Giacomo Franci. Would you please give your
Sure.
comments in Italian? I will not provide a translation because it's not going to be accurate. And anyone who is watching and would like to have a translation into English, there's a function on YouTube channel where you can just click and it'll show the translation. Okay, Giacomo, to you.
Salve Giusy, come stai? Dove sei?
È il Conservatorio di Ribera, in provincia di Agrigento.
A Agrigento, quindi sei in Sicilia.
Sì.
Claro.
Va bene, bravissima. È piaciuto molto la tua interpretazione e soprattutto sì, mi senti?
Sentiva bene mentre suonavo?
Sì, tutto bene. Mi è piaciuto soprattutto il terzo movimento, anche se c'è stato un piccolo incidente alla fine, va bene, fa parte del gioco. L'unica cosa che pensavo è soprattutto nel primo movimento l'uso del pedale a volte nella parte bassa del pianoforte con troppo pedale i passaggi mi venivano un po'
Mi risultano chiari forse,
un po'
se
confusi. Sì.
Okay.
E poi per il resto bravissima, mi sono piaciuti molto gli accordi della cadenza del primo movimento, non sono facili,
Sì.
e li hai suonati molto bene, quindi complimenti. E poi io per quello che riguarda l'interpretazione direi che praticamente io sono per la semplicità, a volte anche nel secondo movimento sei un pochino affettata, la musica è già bellissima di sé, sicché quello che penso è che se c'è più semplicità è quello che preferisco, ma comunque lì è un discorso di interpretazione, ecco. Comunque complimenti, brava, so che è un concerto molto difficile, l'ho suonato anch'io, e quindi ci vuole anche il controllo del ritmo, ma quelle volate del terzo movimento sono controllate anche dal punto di vista ritmico, quindi basta che te lo macini un po' di più, poi troverai anche la sicurezza di farlo. Complimenti.
Grazie signore.
you understood everything I said.
I
Yeah.
did actually.
No problem. No problem.
Benissimo.
Bellissimo. There's a lot of words which I remember from the music scores.
You
But thank you.
speak English,
Forte.
Giusy? You speak English or
I understand. Speak a little bit.
so you speak English Sicilian? English Sicilian.
Well,
My mother is a native language. She was born in Montreal, but she
Okay.
speaks English.
well, we already asked the judges if they can provide anything in Italian, then they will. But if you hear all the comments following in English, there's a function in a YouTube channel when you view the replay of the session, you can just click on it and choose the language, and it'll give you the full word-for-word translation. Okay, let's hear from Navart.
Yeah. Well, Giusy, bellissimo. Very good. I will say it in English. I will not say it in French because most of people doesn't understand French. So I like very much. It's very clear what you are saying, what you are playing. There is small things with pedal. And for example, when you play accords, sometimes you should stop the pedal at the same time, to make it secco. What about the without you play without orchestra? That there is no orchestra sound and color, colore, there is not. So of course it's a little bit difficult to manage the piece, but I like very much the very simple and without sophistication Schumann, very simple and very clear, which is not always the case. It's not always the case, and I think when you will play with orchestra, it will help you to dialogue with the orchestra, dialogo with the orchestra, and you easily will make different other colors. But there is one thing: when you change dynamics, please think to make more distance between dynamics, because they are like this, but you can open it.
Variety of dynamics.
Yeah,
Expand the
open.
range.
Yeah. This is small things about what you must think, because play with orchestra, this piece needs to have much more coloring imagination. But I liked very much. Is clear, limpid, clear. Brava.
Thank you, Navart. Let's hear from Dikrana Damian.
Okay. Juicy, is that your name? Juicy?
Ines.
Oh, Inez. Well,
Ines.
I thought I saw something with a G over there. Okay, well, I can imitate Italians, but I can't speak Italian. Anyway, so one thing I thought it was very good. I mean, this is going to be a very fine performance someday, but right now it needs some work. The first thing throughout the entire concerto, if you're really observant, is Fleischer's thing where he says, don't play a note till you have to. You do just the opposite. You play the notes way too early. For example, you didn't do that. You did da 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 dee instead of ba da da dee. All through the concerto, you're playing everything either in dull strict time or too early. This is very perceptible from the start. And then you start. Okay. The filigree in the right hand, it's got to be heard. I'm sorry. It's like Ravel, they say, or Debussy. Oh, it's, impressionistic. Just put the pedal down. Not good. Okay. You got to make sure it's a very propelling kind of. All of the notes have to be heard on some level. Then you get to that's a flourish, and you do it. It's too vertical, and the turn is not clear. Got to hear that. You can't just go. No faking. Okay, and it's not difficult, so you can do it. You're a very good pianist. Everything is too early. Every execution of every musical thought is too early. For example, D in C major, D da da da, this kind of thing, instead of D da 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 dee dum da dee dum. I mean, conduct it. Yeah, we got 3 conductors here, so let's conduct. Okay, so the deal is you are doing things to the music instead of for the music at the moment, but you're an incredibly musical person. The performance, I respect your playing very much, but you also make some strange, unnecessary mistakes. I don't mean wrong notes, but actually there were some, but big deal, right? We're not counting notes unless you're a note counter. The point is you're doing these things repeatedly and they're agitating me. You see what I mean? I'm not feeling the real natural Inez. What is your name? Inez?
Ines.
I'm not hearing the real Inez. I don't believe, because I know what you can do from the first note. One thing that will really help your fingers, hold the thumb down as long as you can so it distributes throughout the rest of the hand. You're letting go of the thumb constantly instead of overlapping. Hold the thumb, not with tension, but just hold the thumb down while you play things, and then release the thumb when you absolutely have to. Your thumb is flying all over the place. And I did not get that from watching you. I went over here to the kitchen and I was listening to you. It's very fingery and notey. That doesn't mean we don't want to hear those notes. We most certainly want to hear those notes very articulately, but you're not distributing the power to the 2, 3, 4, and 5 digits from the thumb. Every time you play the third finger, you should feel the thumb in it. Every time you play the 5th finger, you should feel the thumb in it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The thumb is an extension of the arm. It is not a digit. The other fingers are digits. That's the problem. For example, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, and da-da-da-da-da-da. It's too slow. All that get it over with. I mean, we want to hear every note, but it's too notey, and it's not even notey in a way. It's just kind of like played in some lethargic way. You've got to make it articulate, vital, exciting, but we have to be propelled by the bass. I'm not hearing. It's not that I didn't hear the bass, but you're not moving the music. It's too notey. Like those da 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 bum 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 ba ya da 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 dum bum be da dum bum. You don't even set up the conductor. Be ya da 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 dum bum. He has to hear that. He can't go da 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 da. But dia, accent that note a little bit so he gets your rhythm to go into the march or whatever you want to call that part. You see what I'm saying?
Jack, she will need more, translation. So I think the best
I understand.
Ines will be to review the comments.
Yeah, but I think she gets it. I think she gets it. Basically, it's too notey, it's too vertical, move it and get on with it. And this thing, technically, it's like it's too airy. You've got to play with the whole body, the shoulder, the elbow, everything has to be connected. It's just fingers. And that's why the cadenza is a problem. It's not cadential. It's not a display of fabulousness. It's just, okay, she played the cadenza, it's in A minor. Okay? Yeah. Good luck, and it's very good.
Thank you, Jack, very much. Georg, would you like to add something to the comments?
Yeah, just a little. After all that was said by the pianist, I will just probably add as a conductor. Allora, Ines, bellissimo. Il mio italiano è limitato, non è una lingua che uso spesso, ma non sono un pianista, ma come direttore d'orchestra penso che le orchestre apprezzano lavorare e disegnare i colori della musica, come ha detto la maestra Novak. Those colors, right? Sono d'accordo con Tigran, perché sospette che stai perché suonando senza in pianiste collaborative, o no? There is no
oggi ha avuto un problema il pianista, e quindi perché io l'avevo montato, diciamo, il concerto con il pianista, solo che oggi ha avuto un problema, c'è stato questo inconveniente.
Certo, capito, ma credo che tu non stia solo suonando la musica, la stai quasi vivendo, e questo è così molto contenzioso, molto contenzioso. Ah, ok. Come direttore orchestra.
Contenzioso cosa vuol dire?
Sì.
How is in English?
E questo anche senza un pianista collaborativo. Allora, if we can, conclude in English, it's really, it's really something that as a pianist, I don't want to dive into this because I'm not a pianist, and I actually don't listen to you as a pianist. I listen to you as a potential soloist, and I imagine how will you work with orchestra, and how we will work it together with orchestra. And from that perspective, I think you are ready for it. No matter what other pianistic things, and actually I agree with all the judges about the colors and the phrases, So good luck. Aluti.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ines, and thank you, judges, for all the comments. I hope this was helpful to Ines and to everyone watching. These are like mini master classes. I'm learning quite a bit, and I have a lot of notes in here. I'm taking notes next time I strive to play with a conductor or in front of a very critical audience. These notes are going to help you. So thank you all very much. We will be moving on to the next candidate, Calliope Smith, a violinist who is auditioning as a candidate to perform with the Orchestra Fiorentina in Florence, Orchestra Toscana. That orchestra already presented 4 concerts this season with the conductors who are participating in the ColORCHESTRA with Maestro David Rowe and Maestro Sargsyan. There are more concerts coming up with the Orchestra Toscana in Florence, Italy, and now before I announce the next candidate, I want to say that the Schumann Concerto and the Chopin Piano Concerto, which we heard, these were candidates auditioning to perform and record with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra in London. So we're moving to the Fiorentina Orchestra, and here is Calliope Smith with Sarasate Seguner Weisen. Stage is all yours.
Very energetic playing in the end. Very virtuoso. Thank you, Calypso. Yeah, my name is Christian. I can take over now the hosting. I'm definitely not Anna, you can see. And can you, Calippo Smith, can you please tell us how you pronounce your name?
It's pronounced Calliope.
Okay, thank you. Calliope. Okay, nice. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with somebody. I would say Jack Price. I know him the most, so he would say something beautiful.
You're a very good-looking man, Christian.
Oh, thank you, Jack Price.
Very good replacement. Okay.
Okay. Tell us, what do you think, Jack?
Calliope,
what do you really think?
What do I? Yeah, Jack Price. What do you really think? Okay. I'm sure Georg and Navart and Giacomo will agree. I'm going out on a limb now that this was absolutely definitive Zuguniweisen. Yeah, I mean, look, this is incredible playing. No one can even touch it. It's fabulous. Maybe a couple, I heard everything. It's just absolutely stunning playing. I would only say one thing. I'd say it's absolutely perfect Zuguniweisen. I've played it a million times with winners of the Paganini, all this nonsense, and no one can play it better. So, but in the last movement, you need to set off the slower notes a little bit. You're kind of going into those notes because you're so excited, maybe because you're going, I mean, it's too much. You've got to hold that tension in the longer note values. It's like Larry David would say, do you respect note values? You know how he says, do you respect wood? When someone leaves a stain on a table, it's ridiculous. So do you respect note values? So, Calliope, all you got to do is simply don't play any note before you have to. That Leon Fleischer axiom. It's very simple. So instead of going da dum bum bum bum, da bum bum, right? You dum bum bum beam, bum, but you see what I mean? Just set it off. That's all you got to do. So we know that it's what's going on here. And it'll help the conductor, you've got to help them, right? Mm-hmm. So there you go. It's just fantastic playing. Who did you study with?
I studied with Simon James.
Simon James?
And Hero David. Simon James and Hero David, yeah.
I've heard those names. Where are you?
I'm in California.
So am I. Where do they teach?
So Simon teaches at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music and also in Seattle. And Hero David is in New York.
So you studied at San Francisco Conservatory?
Yeah, I study at the pre-college.
Well, you're the best product that ever came out of that school. I can tell you that for sure. That's just tremendous playing. Tremendous.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Yeah, great. Yeah, thank you, Jack. Yeah, let's see. I would say let's go with Georg because Calippo, she was playing for Bohuslav, and Georg is maybe she's one of your future soloists. Let's see. What do you think, Georg? Can you see her?
I'll be happy to. Yeah. I'll be happy.
Yeah, great.
You are in a. I'll start with some of the bitter parts, and then we'll go to the beautiful things as well. You're one of those. I wouldn't call victims, but one of those misconceptions that Sarasate is all about technique. For a moment, there was so much energy in you. I thought if I touch you, I will get electrocuted. But that's a good thing. Look, Sarasate, as much as it is about technical challenges, it's also about lyrical and phrases and all these things, right? So if you obviously you do your homework and you study with great teachers, and you yourself are young professional, so you know that this is also a Romanic culture represented here. There are folk melodies, there's some phrases, there's some you know what's missing. You're not having fun. You really need to have fun when you are playing it. You are doing a professional job. It's like somebody told me to play well, so I'm going to play well to impress everyone. But you miss the point of having fun, and that is actually important, to have fun when you play. It changes your own perception of many things and how you play, and actually helps with the technical part as well. Now, if that we put that aside, it's really a very robust performance. You are ready to play this with orchestras. You were playing it without a pianist, but I know you hear everything that is missing in the air. And what I would encourage you to do is to think, what is it you are going to play together with this piece in concert? Because if you're doing a solo, for example, you want to do this piece and something else as part of the concert program, right? So don't just pick one thing and then stick to it. That being said, I guess that's all from me. Will be great to see you soon somewhere in the world and play together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Georg. Yeah, Galip, if you have some comment or question, just ask directly. You don't have to wait till the end after judges. Just ask directly, okay? Okay, let's go with Naward. What do you think? Other opinion from conductor side?
I think something like this. I agree with Jack and Georg. You play notes, but they are not absolutely correct. Why? Because you think very fast. Your fingers are going very fast, as told Jack. So the pitch is not absolutely exact. Intervals must be exact. This is maybe Tsigan music, but at the same time, this is Western music. So intervals must be perfect. Yeah. So if you do this, you must play slower and hear each notes and play everything at time, not before or after. Second thing, that in this music there is accents. Taram pam pam pam, pararam pam, taram pam pam pam, taram ta. You must do that. That's as you dance for yourself, you sing yourself, you enjoy yourself. You are telling us something about Tsigan, culture. This is not a question to be young or not young. This is a question of conception, to learn, to search, to feel, to enjoy, to be happy with any music. Okay?
Yeah, thank you, Naward.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Naward. Yeah, and let's go with Giacomo, but please not in Italian this time. You can now change back to English, please.
In Chinese.
No, this time I will talk in Californian. Okay.
Californian.
Yeah,
some words in Italian, please, but not everything.
So, Calliope, can you hear me? What's your age?
I'm 13.
13. Wow.
What? 13?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
13.
Yeah, you played certainly great for your age. I mean, I wouldn't have anything to say. One thing I want to say, I miss a piano accompanist. I conducted this piece several times, but I still I was wishing so much that you would have an accompanist there to see the interaction with your interpretation matching with the accompaniment. I really miss that. yeah, then so first, I think you have a great instinct for the music. You have a good sense of the gypsy air, and congratulations for that. Even at your age, I mean, that's incredible.
Thank you.
And then I agree with Nevart. Yeah, there has been some. It's not an easy piece, especially in the sostenuti. It's a pretty narrow instrument. It's the second year I'm learning violin. I realize that when I yell at the orchestra about intonation, I don't yell anymore. I'm more calm because it's so difficult.
that's right.
Very difficult. So congratulations. Okay, brava.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Calliope, do you have any question? Do you want to say something?
I don't have any questions, but thank you to
Yeah.
all the people who gave me comments.
Okay, thank you for
wanna
being
add-
with us
I
and
wanna
playing
add
so
some-
beautiful. Yeah.
Can I add something?
Of course, Jack, tell us,
We
please.
have time. I agree with everything everybody the panel said, but I think she will absolutely. This is very solvable. These little things, like what Georg said, the enjoyment of a piece, has to be with the collaboration in a piece like this. I mean, it's so intricate. It's sort of like playing the Wieniawski Polonaise in D major, dum ba dum ba dum ba dum, that piece. I'm sure you play it, but the point is, it's so idiomatic. Like she said, Sigan, Gypsy, blah blah blah. You're going to have that feeling with your collaborator. I don't feel that this is anything we said is any kind of a problem. You're an absolutely, first rate, more than first rate violinist. You're just a wonderful musician. So, I don't think it's, critical. You'll get it. You'll do it. You're 13. You'll get it by the time you're 13 and a half,
Okay. So some months and you have it. Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
maybe not even one
Maybe
minute.
not, but she have time. She have her time. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, judges. Thank you for this beautiful comments. I think you can use them. No, I think they are very very important every time, and I hope it's gonna work something that you can play with Bohuslav or any other orchestras. I liked it a lot. So, and then we go on now with the last contestants for today. Today's session, not today's session, for this session, because we have one more tonight later. And we're gonna go now to Hunter Mill studio, where we already had like some concerts, because like I think every month we have some concerts from Anna Uspenskaya. This is her class, and it's gonna play Katie Lee, who is playing Beethoven Piano Concerto number 1. And I think she's ready that we go to the studio. So yeah, I think yes. Okay, so good luck, Katie Lee. Yeah, Katie, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know if my information is correct, but can be that you are just 12 years old?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just saying before any comments, if anybody says something that we know, like after we find out with other contestants, she was 13.
Nice to
She's
know.
even younger. She's 12. It's amazing.
Nice to know.
But I think it's not even her first time auditioning here. But this time she's auditioning to Fiorentina Orchestra and Italy. We was already broadcasting one concert with David Rowe, and they are very good. They played very good, and I hope it's gonna work with Katie. Let's start today. Let's try with Giacomo. What do you think about Katie's playing?
I think it's great. Very solid playing. A little pasticcio there, but sometimes it happens in the second part.
It's live. It's live playing. It's not a video. Sometimes we have some video, but it's live.
But it's great. Everything great, solid. I don't have anything at 12 years old. I mean, come on. Yeah, great.
How do you play it with 12 years? So, like, just think about every time I'm thinking about how it's crazy.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Kate, we already worked together. She came. Kate, do you remember what piece did you play? Was a Russian composer.
Yes.
What did you play?
The Polonian cookie.
What's the name of the composer?
The Polonian.
Polonin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a cute. And back then you were like 10.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that was a great collaboration, great musicality.
Mm-hmm. She played in Carnegie Hall, you mean?
She played
Okay.
with me, with my orchestra, New York Chamber Players.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And now this is a major piece of the traditional repertoire. So yeah, everything was very, very good, solid, good control. Well, I have a little thing. The second part they are in E flat major. I personally, when I played a little more, not so run like that. I find it like a more expressive part, but this is very nitpicking. And the only suggestion with Kate is there is, especially in traditional, not this competition, but traditional competition, there are like this attention to not perfect performance. Don't care too much about that. Just think about the music and the notes will come. They will all come there. Don't obsess too much about that.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Giacomo. Okay, let's go to Jack. I think, Jack, you told us last time that you had, like, you can hear directly if it's one student of Anna. Could you hear this time also?
I should.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that she's influenced by Anna Uspenskaya.
The school of Anna.
The school of Anna Uspenskaya. No, this is fantastic playing. I have a couple of Kate. It was just beautiful as usual. Incredible sound, especially your conception of sound at your age is, I mean, you can teach it all day long. If you don't have it, you don't have it. You have it. This pearly kind of quality. It's almost Mozartian, but it's still Beethoven. I think as you grow, you'll change a few things, but it's not even like Giacomo said. It's not even worth talking about now. Incredible conception, blah blah blah. But I have a couple of things. Have you ever thought of playing the very opening of the solo more improvisatory? Instead of everybody plays it, including everybody. There's not one deviation except for one, and I won't mention that person's name. Then you can bring it into the tempo that Georg or Giacomo or Navart is going to accompany you It does not have to open measured. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very operatic, actually. This is one of the most perfect concertos ever written because it has everything. When you add up the second movement and the third movement, it's just a fantastic piece. Fantastic piece. One of my favorites of all time. And you do everything in it so tastefully and exciting musically, but it can be even more exciting if you move, once again, the moving notes. Like in the section Giacomo talked about development, E flat, you see what I mean? Instead of, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't play everything in measured time. They're going to follow you, no problem. One other thing, at the end of these runs, you go, just go, wait on the first note, the downbeat, then play the next eighth notes and move them. But don't slide into the theme by slowing down the 16ths right before the theme. It doesn't do much for the music. It does a lot to the music. And it depends on if you want to do that to the music. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, don't slow down before the theme, the second theme. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it deflates the impact of that beautiful second theme, which is born out of the first part of the concerto, the exposition. So just try to not do cliched things. Ask Anna if you don't know what the word cliche means, because there are a lot of cliches in this piece. You can do them all day long. Okay. But I think it's just phenomenal play. The cadenza was very original, very playful. You don't do the 1 in 6. You do the one with the scales. Try that other cadenza. It's quite demanding, and I think you'll like it. It's very big. It's almost Brahmsian, you know. But all in all, it's just sensational playing. Your ensemble was great. Anna was fantastic. She supported you. Yeah, it's just, what do you say?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jack. Yeah, okay, and let's go with Nawar because we don't leave ladies to the end. So we're gonna finish. Nawar?
First thing that I couldn't see well who was the accompagnator, who played the orchestra part, but I heard that she had a influence of Russian piano school, and then when I saw Anna name,
It was our
yeah,
Anna, of
I
course.
understood very well that it was Russian school. Yeah, it's typical. Yeah, and the sound is full. Playing on the piano, putting fingers on the piano is Russian school. Not moving here for anything for nothing. It's Russian school. Not moving the body for nothing. It's also Russian school.
No
Very
showtime.
interesting. Yeah. Well, there is a lot to say musically, but she is 12 years old. There's lot to do, of course, musically. Original or natural talent is not enough. I'm sorry, that's like that. Need to work, to study, to educate yourself. It's very, very important because it is one thing. You mustn't focus yourself only on the techniques, only. Yeah. You have possibilities to do many things. Begin to do that since now. Don't wait 6, 8, 10 years later, because you must all at the same time use your imagination,
Yes.
telling us something even in this concerto, because the composer told something, and you will pass it to us, to the audience. Think about that. This is very, very important. That don't say just notes. It is not enough. It's not enough. It is, but it's not enough. So there's a lot of things to do. Okay?
Yeah.
But for instance, for a girl 12 years old, it's really very good. Congratulations.
Thank you, Nawar. Thank you, Nawar. Okay, and let's see what Georg have to say about Katie Slay's playing.
Well, what I have to say, after I last met with Kate in Cairo, where we
you know her, or
where we
played
we played Kabalevsky in Cairo, and I can see a lot of improvement since then. It was already very good, and I can see improvement. And I agree with Noart. There is a lot of things that can be done better, and of course, but what I also want to comment, and it's very important, that there is a significant change from previous time to now. There's no more maturity. There's more, confidence, and I think if you continue in this direction, you are on a very good path. Starting with a very good teacher. So I also know the orchestra that you are auditioning with, because I just last month I was with them in Florence. It's a very good orchestra. They have a very good music director, and they're a very solid orchestra. So if everything goes well and you go to play with them, you will have a very enriching experience. So yeah, it is one of those situations where I know both the orchestra and the soloist. So
it's a perfect game. Yeah, a lot of connections today with Katie Lee. Like really, she's like part of the family already. I think it's with Anna and with the judges and the Hunter Mill, the studio. So it's very cool. Katie Lee, do you have any question?
No.
You don't have. Okay, thank you. Then thank you for that you played for us. It was our last for this session. Yeah. And okay, if we have also somebody with us, is the co-organizer of this audition, James Wellis. Let's bring him on the screen also.
Hey
Hi, James.
there.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Very good. With very good judges, very good players. Today we had
It's been a great
just
session.
good players.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've been on the
You was
sidelines
listening,
listening
right?
to
Yeah.
everybody, and
You
it's such
enjoyed.
a great, such great auditions. I mean, this is going to be a very hard decision for the judges, I think, in the end, because it's like everybody plays so beautifully, and it's neat to, like you were saying about like how Kate is our part of our family, but there are so many other people that we've heard today and in just recent auditions in the last few months that we've heard many times, either in our events or just in our auditions. And I think I have to concur with Georg that I mean, there's significant improvement with Kate's playing, but also with everybody else that seemed familiar to us today, and they're part of our family, and we've seen such great improvement, and that no doubt goes to the credit of the performers, but also the teachers and the families and supporters behind all of them, and our wonderful judges, because we need help in this field. We can't do it all by ourselves. There's no supernatural, no superhero, and it all comes together, and then what it really boils down to the end is hard work, dedication, and no fear of creativity, may I say that, without fear. So bravo, everybody, and thank you. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Christian, Kiki, for helping us out with judging today, and Anna Alspenskaya, and yes, our wonderful applause meter here, and just to mention
all the team. Yeah.
Indeed, and I mean, just to mention our great team while we're talking about our names here, we have a wonderful team. We had Franny Rusinovic here on tech checks, flipping all of the magic switches for everybody, not just in our studio, but in everybody else's studio who's auditioning. Frane, Kiki. We have Ante.
Ante Božić Kudrić is also with us.
Thank you for saying that name, because I still can't pronounce it. And we also have Jennifer Savage, who's not with us today, but she is currently en route to Ukraine, where she will be performing at the end of next week with the Lviv National Philharmonic. I believe she's playing.
And we're going to stream that. I don't know if we're going to stream it live or
I don't know.
Live recorded, but it's going to be interesting. She's on the road. She's on the road already.
Indeed. Yeah. And so stay tuned. There will definitely be highlights from that to come in some form, and I'm on Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and you can check out. She played last time with in Ecuador with Orchestra,
right?
With Guayaquil Orchestra in Iglesia there, and
was just last week.
You can also that was last week, so you can check it and a little bit like some for playing.
Subscribe, ring that bell. Yeah,
exactly.
And don't
push all the buttons what you
stuff.
see in the screen. Just everything. Don't think. Just do it.
Indeed. So we are just about out of time, and I'd just like to mention at 3:00 today we will be hearing auditions again for the Slovak Sinfonietta Zilina, Butler Philharmonic, and the Philippine Philharmonic. And
just a little break. Everybody have to. The judges needs a little bit of break.
Need coffee. We need food.
Need coffee. Exactly.
Need a nap. Maybe, I don't know. I need a nap.
Depends on the time zones, because we are from all over the world. All the judges are from different California, Cairo. I don't know where is Navarre from exactly, but I don't know. And so let's see.
Could we bring the judges on one last time for one last thank you here? Yeah. Thank you, judges. Here. Did Navarre leave? She left.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we thank her, and we thank all of you for all of your time and expertise and translations on this broadcast. Molto bene.
Yeah. Molto bene. It's so international.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if everybody understood what I said. I know
Un
pochissimo.
I speak Spanish, so I was also somewhere there, like 80% I could.
Mio italiano è molto male. Is that how I say it? My Italian's really bad.
No, your Italian is not that bad. No.
Mine is bad.
It's fine.
I know how to say those phrases. I could say a few other phrases too that I won't say on this broadcast.
Yeah, right.
But Georg, why do you speak English now? Why do you speak Italian?
Not really, but I understand and I can conversational.
I think you
but
speak
you
very
live
well.
in Italian?
I can do a rehearsal and I can order pizza.
The most
That's about what I can do.
So when you conduct in Italy, you speak Italian to them?
Mix. When I feel like there's not enough, I move to English, of course.
Yeah. For a conductor to know different languages is very important. For example, I studied German. Do you know German also? I studied only 3 years, but unfortunately my knowledge of German is
Same.
very
I studied in Austria, in Vienna, but never
It's
really
not an easy language also too.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, thank you all for all of your expertise and dedication and time. And any final thoughts here? At the risk of sounding like Springer, final thoughts.
Have a break and come back.
The level was really high.
The level is extremely high.
It was a very good start, I think, of these days. We're going to see each other these days, and we started in a very high level.
Wonderful start. Indeed. All right. Well, on that, I'd like to just take a moment here, thank our supporters who have invested so much into our broadcast here. It's not all about money. It's about resources. It's about time. It's about advertisement. It's about recruitment. It's about venues. It's about everything. Money, yes. We need money, but everyone needs money. Everyone loves money, but it's not everything, and that's where many of these supporters come in, because we are rich with resources here, and we are very
it's growing. I think I see this picture there every time is bigger and bigger. I think they are It's
the
so
family
cool,
keeps growing.
The families keep growing. It's so
we
cool.
are very fortunate here. We are also streaming on all the major platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Vimeo, LinkedIn, Twitter, X or whatever, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. That hand waving, which I don't know which one that is, but or the thumbs up one. But
some effects, they just do it.
These are interactive broadcasts as well. So, I mean, we can. You could put a comment in the chat. We could put it up on the screen. We can answer questions
on the screen directly,
and all that. So just know that for our future broadcasts. Okay, and we are definitely out of time here. So we will see you at 3 p.m. Eastern as we continue, and as well as the rest of the weekend. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye-bye.
James. Thank you, everybody. See you later. Bye.